complex chemical compound, protein in nature, made of protein, and some others are made of simple protein or steroids, liquid in nature. They are these chemical messages written inside the glands, which may be transported by the blood. In case these glands are endocrine glands, they don't own secretory cells or ducts, or maybe these glands own their secretory cells, their ducts, so they are exocrine glands, which they pour their secretions either indirectly inside the body, such as the salivary gland, as a digestive gland, or outside the body, such as the sweat glands. Maybe they are mixed glands. They own endocrine part and glandular part, such as the pancreas. But did you ever imagine that these complex chemical compounds can affect us mentally as well as physically? Here we go. Welcome back to Mental Health Matters. Today's video is about the postpartum depression disorder as an example of how the hormones can affect our mental health. The discovery of the hormones. It was back to the 1885, where the scientist Claude Barland considered the juices inside the liver as excretory secretions and the sugar stored as an internally secretion. And then we have the scientist Starling 1905, where he carried out the experiment that he cut the nerve connection between the pancreas and the other body organs. He noticed that the pancreas secreted its juices as soon as the food reaches the duodenum from the stomach, and he showed that the mucous membrane lining the duodenum secretes substance, and these substances go with the blood stream to the pancreas. These substances were found to stimulate the pancreas to secrete its juices. So he gave the substance the name hormones, which means existence in Greek. So, how these hormones affect our mental health? Further studies and scientific researches, a wide range of scientific researches, proved that the human body consists of the endocrine glands, which can be well known, as well as the hormones of each endocrine gland, and this is proved that some disorders such as dwarfism, giantism, and even the disturbance in secondary sexual characters are linked to hormonal issues. Wider range of scientific research shows that this is maybe also connected to mental illness. What are the hormones connected to the postpartum depression disorder? It's well known that the ladies experience these mood swings during the hormonal fluctuation periods, such as premenstrual, postpartum, and premenopausal periods. So it sounds that the female sex hormones plays a role somehow in the mental health. And here we go. The hormones which are correlated with this disorder found that they are secreted by the ovary, but the stimulation comes from the master gland, the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is known as a master gland due to its secretion the pituitary trophin hormone, which are the thyrotropin hormone, androcorticotropic hormones, and gonadotropic hormones. The gonadotropic hormones are the LH and the FSH. The FSH, the fetal stimulating hormone, which stimulates the ovary to form the Graafian follicle. Inside this Graafian follicle, where the ovum exists, and it secretes the estrogen hormone, which is correlated when there is somehow of hormonal fluctuations to mood disorders and mood swings, irritability, and anxiety. And it was found also that another gonadotropic hormone, which is the LH, and the LH is found to be correlated with the rupture of the Graafian follicle, so that the ovum is placed inside the fallopian tube, and this detached and this ruptured Graafian follicle is converted into corpus luteum, which secretes the progesterone hormone correlated with our mental illness during this hormonal fluctuation. According to the American Psychiatric Association, the postpartum depression disorder is being classified into 3 stages, which are the baby blues, the postpartum depression disorder, and the postpartum depression disorder with psychotic features. So when it comes to the baby blues, it's considered as a normal condition, and it is very common. From 50 to 85% that the ladies after delivery experience this kind of baby blues, which it is emotional. It is linked to feeling this anxiety, feeling irritable, mood swings, tearfulness, and somehow affects the concentration, but it doesn't affect the ability of the mother to be to care about her children. And so it sounds that the things are going somehow okay, they are not this bad, and it can be ended within 2 weeks. But when it comes to the postpartum depression disorder, things are getting worse. Postpartum depression disorder is that kind of sluggishness, fatigue, difficulty in concentration, feeling this kind of sadness and sorrow, anxious, and this kind of idea concerning the worthlessness, which you perceive yourself as a bad mother, and you perceive yourself as you don't deserve to be a mother, you don't care enough about your newborn baby, and there is lack of interest. You cannot feel good. You cannot enjoy anything, even the things that you used to enjoy it. You didn't enjoy anything, and things are getting worse and worse. There are some myths surrounding this postpartum depression disorder that is only affect the bad mothers, which affect one or huge range of the mothers. So it's not just correlated with the bad mothers or not bad mother, and it is not as significant of being a bad mother at all. And you don't own the control to this disorder. It's a serious mental illness which needs help. And the third and the last classification of the postpartum depression disorder was this postpartum depression disorder with a psychotic features, and here we find that it is somehow this depression is also owns some manic features, which is this kind you feel like you are full of energy, you carry out many activities, you don't feel the need to sleep, and there are some kind of bizarre thoughts which is not your usual to believe in. They are not matching with your educational level, with your cultural background, and it's usually concerned to the baby, and it's kind of ideas of harming yourself, harming the baby, maybe killing yourself or killing the baby. And there are some kind of hallucinations. The hallucinations are this absence of sensory stimulations. There is nothing to respond, but you are responding. And for example, if it is this hallucination is visual, so you see someone, while everyone else around you don't see them, don't see this person. And sometimes, which is so often, the auditory hallucinations, which are related to hearing the voices that gives you orders to maybe kill yourself, kill the baby, maybe to do something harmful to yourself. So we have 3 stages of the postpartum depression disorder. One of them is the baby blues, which is so common and is considered as a normal condition. And the second is the postpartum depression disorder with no psychotic features, but you feel this kind of blue mood, and it affects your mothering and your parenting, and it seems things doesn't seem to go well. And the last classification of the postpartum depression disorder is with these psychotic features. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thanks a lot for the one who's keeping supporting me, keeping telling me the information that I need. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Really, this is awesome, guys, from you. I love you, and thank you so much. See you next video.